have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun. It's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not Harama beef.
MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by MyPDFBooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by BindedBooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your herbs and teas at herbsofmayaunt.com. My Aunt Sons, the tea of teas, divinely prepared. Also, for those musical stylings, be sure to check out bhbaymusic.com. And for your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morristachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we introduce to you Sheik Kari Goodman Bay.
Peace, peace, peace. I got my camera off for a hot second. I'm getting some things together. But Noble Brian, did you see that little funny clip that I put in the text stream a while ago? And I do with rapping. I put the hands on them, call it Masashi.
Yeah, I'm Masashi.
Masashi. Masashi. I put my hand in it. I say Masashi.
I'm super Masashi.
Man, I want to say gratitude and love to everyone today, man. Today is our night bill. We've been doing this for the last couple of days. It's been illuminating because we get on here and have regular conversations. And before we get into it, Brian, I will be remiss if I would say, Brian, play one of your songs, anyone that's on your spirit, so we can get into the vibe a little bit. This is our time. So any song that you feel that you want to share with the world off your album, Transportation of Raw Materials, produced, mastered, all that by my noble, our poet, noble Mufti Minister Brian Hicks Bay, and it's streaming on all platforms. Check it out, Lord. If you like good music, that's giving you a message, check out my brother debut album, Transportation of Raw Materials, and it's streaming on all platforms. So Brian, any song that you want to share with the world, let's do that real fast, man. And then we'll get into our teachings.
Islam, well, I'll go and play this one. This one right here is called Self-Love. You know what I'm saying? This one for the people, man.
Okay.
Self-love.
Gave myself a hug, no love like self-love. I'm an aboriginal, not a settler. So what the fuck I wanna settle for? My soul was broken, I fixed it up. So what the fuck I wanna sell it for? Really, I just wanna better us. Me, myself, and I, we about to fly up into another pinnacle. It's nothing short of a miracle. I used to just wanna get rich as fuck. Now I just try to keep my spirits up. I say to myself in the mirror, you's a phenomenal nigga. I keep on repeating my mantra. I roll on my weed in the switch. I don't know if it's the pose or the portrait, but this is the perfectest picture. I see myself molting and morphing. I guess it's just like go figure. Wish I could go show Philip, cause Lord sure knows I miss him. But we gon' live forever, so that there don't make no difference. You fucking right. You fucking right. I can't love nobody till I love love myself. I can love anybody once I love myself. I don't love everybody, yet I love myself. I can't be nobody else because I love I hope you love you. You say you love I love you too. See, I love I hope you love you. You say you love I love you too. See, me is my woman, myself is myself, and I as my seed. I live by my word is only as good as my deed. Look at the past and strangers watching me bleed. Imprison myself, nah, I cannot see. How can that be? Tell me, who has helped me place this blindfold? Keeping my mind closed and my ears now open to them stories that time told. Forever and over again, cause of within, when without and in doubt. Love nobody till I love myself. I can love anybody once I love myself. I don't love everybody, yet I love myself. I can't be nobody else because I love I hope you love you. You say you love I love you too. See, I love I hope you love you. You say you love I love you too. You fucking right. You fucking right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Noble Brian.
Transportation of raw materials, folks. Self-love.
Man, drop another one, man. Drop another one. Drop another one. I know you got another one that's dear to your heart for us. Drop another one. Drop another banger for us, B.
All right. Here we go. We got one more. This one right here. This called Black Rain.
Uh-oh.
I know what I know, and I got to know it every time. So let it be known. If not, let it be known.
In this world I came through the struggle and the stress and pain. Most you niggas lame, so that whole shit I don't entertain. Codes of the game given to me at an early age. I'm out here making change. Why is you niggas trying to remain the same? Remaining a hell of a slave, just so that you could get hella paid. Tricks of the trade, and they got you standing center stage. Trapped in the maze, wrapped in the phase. Crackers getting laughter for days off you niggas' ways. What more can I say? Not a thing, man, you know that shit is a shame. I ain't say no particular name, but if it's you, get the fuck out the game. Nights like this, I wish for black rain. You should call a nigga Eddie Kane. Me, myself, and just Mary Jane. Middle fingers up to everything. Me and them soft niggas never hang. First you boys got to elevate. I love Florida, what I was raised, but I move my mind to a better state. I bang on the beats, I don't hesitate. My enemy's hand, I don't ever shake. Bitch, in the battle, we can't engage. Motherfucker, just tell me and set a date. Huh? Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me. 35, 45, 55, going once, twice solar, nigga. Too many lies, way too many times. Left your tongue tied when you told it, nigga. Stole my land, stole my language, stole my lady. Where my diamonds, where my golden nigga. Killed my cousin, killed my brother, took my knowledge just to try to keep my soul in prison. Snake bitch, all you own is mine. From your money to your education system. All of your emphasis focused on me. Trying to keep your hocus pocus on me. But through your illusion, I clearly can see. I know the beast and his tendencies. And the weak mind is his delicacy. But smiles is maybe his deadliest feature. The sign before he is ready to eat you. Hate me because I am covered in ether. Constantly spilling the blood of my people, so fuck you. I don't trust you, and I ain't fucking with no buster ass niggas who love you. Because we all know that you niggas is undercover. Smooth sliding through my hood, but you the devil's secret lover. Bitch, how you hustle a hustler? How you out snake a snake? How you gon' out monkey all the monkeys and the apes? Trying to eat the cake, keep the cake, and feed your two-face, bitch. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall on me.
Yay, yay. Bangers, man.
Yes, sir. Transportation of
And
raw
that's,
material on
and that's,
all streaming platforms.
and that's just a small tittle. That's just a small tittle. But with that being said, man, before we get started, Noble, can you give us our North American prayer if you don't mind, my brother?
Yes, sir. My pleasure. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation, by night and by day, through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Shalom Alakim, Ayah Ashaya, Hotep, Islam, Amen. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, 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 and love to you and to everyone, to all the laws and the prophets, in the flesh and gone. We give honor to all the laws and the prophets, no matter what name. We have a clear understanding here at the BBT. But with that being said, tonight is not spiritual time. Tonight is more talk. Tonight is the night where I give you something to compare to. No matter if you understand more science, thought you knew more science, or anything else. You know, who logos? I don't even know who logos is.
Peace, peace, logo.
That's somebody we know.
It's probably it could be the Taj Bay, maybe Ron Hawk L. I don't know that name, that screen name in particular, but it could be one, I guess.
Me neither. I wish they'd say peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace,
Peace,
peace,
peace,
peace,
peace.
peace.
Ron Cleveland on.
Peace.
Peace.
Who we have?
Brother Ron Cleveland. I got the invite on the email, so I just want to join in. As
Peace and love, brother. How are you?
all is well, Miles. All is well.
Peace and love. Peace and love. Well, today, man, I want to give brother something to compare to because my noble Simeon been asking me a lot of questions, and I always want to be transparent. And I tell brothers, no matter what age you are, you have the right to do whatever you choose. But when you're doing those things, don't you want something to compare to? Don't you want some precedent in law, some dot numbers, the Free Information Act, when you can really see the names of individuals and not fictitious names? So when I talk about things, I ask all brothers, have they ever heard of Roger Ailes? Have they ever heard of that?
Yes,
Of that
I've heard
European
Roger,
Roger Ailes?
but I've heard of him first here.
Okay. So when we research these things, what do we get when we research these type of individuals and these type of things that they have done? What are we reading and what do we see what it is? If we can be honest, because if brothers don't know what that is, all we have to do is take the time and say, let me take a second to see what this is all about, and then see, is that the same thing that so-called, I wouldn't say more science, but brothers in that militia sovereign citizen movement, which is an oxymoron, tell me if this not the same language. And we just have to be honest. So the redemption movement is a pseudo movement, mainly active. It was in the United States and Canada, that promotes fraudulent debt and tax payment schemes. Some of this stuff sound familiar? What you mean? Canceling corporate debt. And I ask Morris, what corporate debt do you have to cancel? It's also called the redemptionist movement. And a lot of those are all Europeans. And I don't have to go all through it because I challenge people to research it for themselves and see what happened to those individuals. And see, do it sound like the same thing so-called Moors are doing today? Then you can research the Paradigm Group. Same group of Europeans doing the same thing. And then when I ask Moors about the consular courts, and they think that means that Moors have some special law. And I say, dude, the consular courts, this is the law. And I quote eloquently with a silver tongue. If a Moor kill a U.S. citizen, I mean, if the U.S. citizen kill a Moor, or vice versa, if a Moor kill a U.S. citizen, that Moor want to be judged in the same parameters of the law as that U.S. citizen. Do we know that for a fact? We should know this stuff, right?
It's wrong.
I'm just asking brothers because I see a lot of fictitious stuff, and brothers say it's more Science Temple of America, and I say no, it's not, and I'm
Yeah,
standing on it.
a lot of that stuff is blended. You know what I'm saying? Like they be mixing things and tying good things. You know what I'm saying, to pull the good-hearted, unsuspecting people in, but mixing it with some type of agenda or propaganda so they can, get over on people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that you do come across on the internet when it has to do with people portraying to be of the Moorish science movement or just a Moorish culture, period, it kind of give it a bad taste because they mixing stuff with it. Stuff that, like you say, Roger Elvitt, the stuff he's doing, you'll see similarities between certain people who wear the fez and him, but they are what have been called dirty Moors, so to speak.
So when I ask people, when they say they study more science, and then because I'm from the temple, I have a school. I created a school for not just Moors, for all like-minded brothers, those that understand, that proclaim, declare, and have a due process. That's on your understanding. I created a school. I don't go against the temple because I be transparent with all my brothers. My adapt paper is from the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's only one. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. I created a school of wisdom and understanding. No orthodox, no one telling us to do none of this. Why? Because we don't have to. We have our own charter. We the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School. It's just like if your sensei or your teacher or your shaman study different crafts. Just like in martial arts. If I was teaching you Wing Chun, we call sticky hands. If I was teaching you the Lotus art, if I was teaching you spiritual science, all that, I'm teaching you different disciplines of crafts that we put in our toolbox. And we don't gravitate to one science where we miss the essence of the rest.
It's wrong.
And so when I ask brothers and sisters, I say that's not more science. So when brothers say they part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, I say, okay, what? Do you want Noble Draw Lee established? Or no disrespect, what, Moorish Science Inc., Moorish Science this, because there's only one Moorish Science Temple of America. And nobody can reproduce that. That's why you got all these other, you got inks and all this. It's only one Moorish Science Temple of America. We have a divine creed and a proclamation declaration. What we're supposed to be teaching, what we should not be teaching. These is facts.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many documents to prove all the fallacy. And I'll be nice. I say, man, a 1099 ain't no damn trust fund at the end of the rainbow. Who told you that? Oh, this sheet. Oh, because this person say something, and that means you can't fact check what a person's saying. To me, that's asinine, because no one should be leading you in no burning house. What we doing? I'm transparent with my brothers and sisters. No 1099 ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. The 1099 is nothing but a religious affidavit. How the prophet set the temple up. If you got the state booklet, you will understand this. All the stuff we break down, the basics. Brothers don't want to know the basics. They jump all into, so, I'm dealing with civics. What civics? I'm trying to claim this. Claim what? I'm about to put everything in the trust. You ain't got nothing in the trust. What you got? Like I've been telling people, you finna do all this, and the outcome is what? Fuji dust. I mean, think about this stuff. And so when I ask adult grown men, I say, you gonna waste your whole existence on this? Because it's not more science, then you gotta check. So then if that's not more science, and I can show you Europeans doing the same thing, which I just eloquently explained, then this can't be exclusive for no stupid Moors. Because I just told you that Europeans is doing the same thing, and they get locked up for the same thing. So what we talk about? I keep telling Negroes, you have the right of a nationality and the right to change it. No one will be arbitrarily denied of a nationality and the right to change it. And the claim of child replaces the birth certificate. That's the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. That's older than you and me. So what are people talking about? What I just said. You have a right of a nationality and a right to change it. No one will be arbitrarily denied of a nationality and a right to change it. And the claim of child replaces the birth certificate. That's the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. So what are we talking about? I need to do a status correction. How? Tell me what a status correction is. What you doing? See, all this fallacy, I'll get rid of my last name because you think your last name is a slave name. Who told you that? My last name is my coat of arms, my family crest. I annex my L and Bay to my name. I annex. Noble Drew Ali ain't getting rid of it. His name was Timothy Drew. Noble Drew Ali. Our prophet will tell us we annexed what our L and Bay what to the name your mama gave your ugly ass when you was born. Excuse my candor. How you gonna obey your mother and your father's and you talk about your last name is some slave name, and then you talking all this rhetoric. This is what I'm saying. You trying to prove it like it ain't nothing to prove. The prophet already done built the house, the furniture in it. All we got to do is live in it and teach it the right way. I'm telling you what I'm there, and prophet ain't told no Negro no more to change this and do no status correction. Because where your evidence at if it's time for you to bring people up for charges? You ain't gonna have none. See, these is facts. And everybody know it is. That is not Moore Science Temple of America. That is not what Noble Drew Ali taught. That is not what nobody that understand and should be from the temple to bring out to brothers and sisters. They should not. That's what I'm telling brothers and sisters. Nobody has the power to nationalize you. Nobody has the power to nationalize you or denationalize you. How? Tell me how somebody you met on the internet can nationalize you and denationalize them. Somebody. You ain't ever thought about that? And we out here playing some stupid game on the internet.
What that, you know what I'm saying? What that
you said
means.
what, Brian?
I said, I don't think a lot of people even know what that means. It just kind of sounds good. And a lot of times before people can ask questions, the people that they're hearing it from, they move on to something so fast that sounds good. So it's almost like fast talk. You know what I'm saying? They fast talking people, hit them with a bunch of good information, and then, you know, make it seem good. So a lot of times people don't even really know. And then a lot of times, but also because people, they don't research. You know what I'm saying? So
They get caught up in some of the most outlandish stuff.
Be nationalized, or they wouldn't even answer how could somebody nationalize you, because they may not even know what it means to be nationalized, or, you know what I'm saying, or to be represented by a nation.
Have no clear understanding when we show things how the prophet set the temple up. And I say, okay, like I said, I'm not gonna go against the temple because I can't recreate the Moore Science Temple. That I never did. I ain't no reincarnation of nobody. I'm Sheikh Kareem Goodman Bey. I'm my mom and my daddy's son. I'm a Goodman. I've been through those disciplines. I went through academia and all that. Well, so what we do, we create something for my brothers and sisters, but we can have what? Solidarity, so we can learn. And brothers and sisters that understand that they Moors and want to learn more from an unbiased perspective, we can do that. Because, like I said,
would you be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, expound on the importance of solidarity and what it like really means?
Well, what solidarity really means?
Yeah, would you be able to like expound on the importance of solidarity?
Yeah. Well, absolutely, brother. The importance of solidarity is the only way we're going to have group economics. The only way we're going to have one nation or one body with many parts. You see, babe? That's the only way. And I say we don't have no common denominator. Oh, so the Q, the Kappa, the Hebrew Israelite, the Moor, the Egyptian this, the pro-black this, the all this. And everybody live in the same neighborhood. Everybody went to the same high school together. Everybody know each other. Go to the same club. Do this. No friend. Went together. Married. This. Blah 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 blah. And you tell me you don't have no type of solidarity, and we all in one community. We don't have one common denominator. Just like I just was talking about it today. Brothers should, when we learn, we should bring the wisdom to all our brothers and sisters, because we should have no jurisdiction of our wisdom. And that's why I created the Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, because ain't no man have no jurisdiction on me and what I can teach. I lecture professors, graduated from academia. My parents I have a doctor in divinity. I've been through that. I've been ministers in my city of Flint. I helped so many people in my life. I seen death. I lost my brother. All these things that goes with ministries. Hey, man, we have the right to do this. And brothers should be intrigued. Brothers shouldn't want to be dealing with somebody that's out here scamming like the rest of the people. Because how can it be factual? And you can, and I don't have enough fingers and toes, Noble Brian, as we go on to show you the same people doing the same thing. Or take my course, what? And you can do this, you can file this, and you can get this off. And you be thinking that they really doing something. There ain't no court. That ain't no real court. That's AI. That all. I mean, come on, we can't be that stupid. And I tell people, I said, none of this stuff is real. It's fictitious. Because think about it. None of that. Why would you want to be going to court and do all that, and you have the right? Like, why? Why? And you have the right. And the religious laws trump everything. And I tell people, what you mean? If you listen, if you say you study in Moorish Science Temple, which our prophet originated did, you got to understand what I'm saying. If not, then that's the confusion. And that's why a lot of people look for confusion. They be looking for, I can get into this. I don't got to pay this bill. I don't got to pay this. Or I can get off this. I don't got to, or it's the way I don't got to pay these bills and all this. Or I can file this and cancel corporate debt. Or I can drive without no license. There's all these things. And I say, well, why? Would you want your child to do that? No. No man can make a body nothing. You can make a person that makes it and practice that, but you can't nationalize nobody. And when anybody take away people's rights like that, we call that what? In the military, that's a crime. Then it make the illusion that the MSTA was a religion. You know, we're giving people a religious name, El or Bay. But it's a divine and national movement. The nationalization hoodwinking was never empowered or practiced, by Noble Drew Ali or any upright man. And people won't even tell the truth. I just told y'all one quick fact where y'all should be like, damn, the 1099 is no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. If any more get on here with that rhetoric, man, I'm gonna show you facts. From the what? The CCRD. What's the CCRD sheet? The County Clerk Recorder of Deeds. Everything about the Moorish Science Temple was recorded. And just like when you go to college and you say, well, I want to certify records of my class, of my grades and stuff with the seal on it. You can pay a certain fee to get it with the seal, or if you don't want them with the seal, you can pay that too. And then it's gonna fact check everyone that's talking that rhetoric. No man has the power to nationalize another man. This will change you from the descendant nature of your forefathers. How can somebody you meet on the internet say, oh, I'm gonna make you something? How? Make you what? A transformer? And brothers, listen to this rhetoric. Men, if one can make, AKA nationalize a so-called Moorish American, one can what? Also make a Chinese or Irish or a Sudanese at will. But they'd be like, what you mean, Sheik? You heard what I said. You heard what I said. If you do that, do it for the so-called Chinese man, do it for the Irish man, do it for the Sudanese. If they say, yeah, I'm Moorish American, because that's the United of Asia. So what, you get all you get caught up with some dark skin. See, this act brought a light during the times almost, well now, hell, we can say hundreds of years, practice of clandestine cultism within a lot of the old sheiks and what's going on today. Because they're just telling brother stuff. And brother just promulgated it, a whole bunch of folk tales. Oh, well, Noble Drew Ali, he went to this and the cherry tree, and he went this and he got the flag and all, a whole bunch of folk tales. We ain't gotta do that, man. We ain't gotta act like and be passing down some folly. We can just be honest what's going on. And it systematically denounced 98% of the members as non-Moorish or report your tribal names, they and El. It's like an animal eating a young. And that's what's happening. That's why the science can never be prosperous. I'm telling you. And as a chartered organization, if you say you study in Moorish science, if you a chartered organization, which the Moorish Science Temple of America is, which I am a member of, and when I tell people how the temple is set up, it go on for lifetime. Why? Because how the prophet set it up, the same way the Brian Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School is. If you don't know that, then you clearly don't know the logistics of more science. You would get caught up in the rhetoric. And that's what I tell people. I said, all the stuff at the end of the day, where people be doing mad at other people, I said, it still ain't bringing Moors together. Why? We still don't have no solidarity. How can everybody be talking about they study in more science and don't understand what I'm saying? The divine come first. You can't sit up here and tell me you study in more science and you out here promulgating something else and you causing confusion. You cannot tell me that's more science. That's some stuff that you coming up with. And as a chartered organization, the Moorish Science Temple of America constitutional limitations is restricted to do what? Only teach our members their nationality and divine creed. And for me, going to academia, I'm able to do these things because I do it in academia, and I bring all that education, all those books, being able to have cipher with professors and lecture with people at Harvard and have connections with different libraries and do all these things and have these documents and be connected to professors 4 or 5 times chair over in these so-called distinguished universities. I bring it back to us, and then I share the wisdom where it comes from. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yes, sir. Much gratitude.
That's what we're supposed to do. This is the only way for it to leave out its purpose. What is the uplifting of what? Fallen humanity. That's what it's supposed to do. We are nobles, and this is a noble group, and it was never intended to be recognized as no damn national government, no damn Islamic sect, no damn secret order, or as a religion. Point blank. The prophet set the temple up. It was like a school, just like when I show y'all the chosen ones, Wentworth Matthews them, and you got Ab Allah, the one that taught Neville Goddard, and I show y'all all this stuff. These brothers was teaching wisdom. We were in here talking this rhetoric, academia and learning Paleo Hebrew and coming together in unity. Those brothers was coming together in unity. That's what the prophet was showing y'all. I was showing y'all when he had that conference in the Negro, aka the Blackamoor. And you saw all those brothers from all different other sects and different areas came together, understanding that they Moors. I don't care if you spell it M-U-U-R, M-O-O-R-S, M-O-H-R. I don't give a damn. And don't get caught up being subjugated when people play the black game, because in Spanish, negrito mean black. And black is an adjective. See, we know it's not, do you call you black or black? It's negrito. They call them negrito beans. They don't call them no moreno beans.
Yeah, because that's what they call black
people. No morisco bean. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, that's what they call melanated people who are in, who's Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to uplift all of humanity. And yet today, when people be talking about it's Moorish Science Temple of America, I'm like, no, that's not. Because I just told you we have a way to do things. If it's Moorish Science Temple of America, and you will get your own stuff that you say that you teaching used against you, because you can be proved as a liar. Just like people, I say, this ain't no. I ain't no a Freemason. Show me my charter. People be mad because I know other people's charters. Because I'll be transparent and tell people what I'm a part of. I've been in the academia, graduated lectures, all kinds of professors. So of course I'm gonna have affiliation. And I'm transparent with I ain't took no oath. I ain't do none of that. I'm transparent. Am I initiated? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Have I took an oath? Hell no. I am the oath. I stand on it. I stand strong on it.
Now, when you say like initiation,
that's what
you mean like what? You mean like with wisdom?
Absolutely. That's been bestowed on me, just like any prophet and angel. You be bestowed with wisdom. You able to be in the temple of study for damn near 40 years. Come out, I'm getting ready to be only now. I'm getting ready to turn 49. I've been in the chamber for almost 40 years. That's what all high priests come out as what? Like this is what I tell people. And then you come from all. If you think you so heavy, I tell everybody, go to academia and challenge academia like I done. If you think you so heavy and so smart, go to academia and challenge it like I did and talk the same way you talk, I bet you quit. Because I didn't. I talked the same way. I showed that the misnomer black man is the father of civilization, proved by the Bible alone. My oral dissertation. You can hear a pin drop. You see, I showed everybody know the history of Moors, especially the Washita, Di Moors of Empress Augustine Elbe. I mean, and we only will argue with each other because we don't have a true understanding of real history. We lost, and we don't force nothing on anybody else. But let's stay with the science because we got about 20 minutes left, you know. But a lot of people try to say that the temple is some type of and reduce it, our prophet, to some shriner. Like they try to say, oh, well, he's some of this, he this. But clearly you ain't read your one-on-ones. Had a Brian.
No.
Clearly you ain't read your one-on-ones. That's why I be laughing at brothers. I said, dude, I'm not gonna get into an argument with no one because if you under the science, you tell me what a prophet or an angel is. Cause it say it twice in your one-on-ones. The one-on-ones is part of our map, along with our North American prayer, right, Brian?
Absolutely.
See, I'm steady talking about basics. I'm still talking about basics, you know.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'll be saying. A prophet and an angel is someone clothed in the flesh that come give you a divine message and a divine warning. Man, the Holy Spirit God works through man. We're like, what? I understand the creator, but come on, man. Like, let's stop the cap. Man, the Holy Spirit works through man. And it's going to take man to get us back to that where we need to be, in the flesh. Our fez, the most highly respected hairdresser in the world. This is what I tell Moors. I said, man, our fez is the most highly respected hairdresser in the world. Why are you out here defiling the fez, doing this criminality, thinking it's going to magically make you something? Because we're not Moroccans. Nobody no Moroccan. No one. Oh yeah, we're gonna build on that as we close. Yeah, hold that up. That's where we go. I saw Brian saw that. I wanted to talk about that too as we close. And I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. The feds and a lot of people don't, and a lot of people adopted it. And I told everybody, J. Edgar Hoover, he said J. Edgar Hoover said that I'm about to say it was strong. But J. Edgar Hoover said America's biggest threat is the unity, and I like to always use the word solidarity, of the misnomer black man. He said that was America's biggest threat. And so I tell us now we're gonna do the job for the all the other oppressors, or for the clan that people say this, we doing the job.
That's right.
Why? Because just think about what I'll be saying, man. Everybody got the same book. Especially, I know I was talking to my Moorish brothers and sisters, especially the ones that say they study Moorish science. I say, oh, why we can't have a real discussion on these topics? Especially brothers that say they from the temple. It's only one temple. I don't care if it's in Chicago, Brian, Detroit, XYZ. But when we start talking about expertise and teaching people things, man, come on, man. We're not no sovereign citizens. Then people say they ain't talking sovereign citizen movement. Then why are you going? Tell me why you doing all this paper terrorist affidavit stuff, and tell me after you do all that, how your life changed. Please, you got to tell me. Please, and I'll just tell a person to prove me wrong. Show me what it did. If you've done all that, just prove it. None of these people show themselves doing none of the stuff they tell you to do. None, not one. I ain't seen one, and you haven't either. and we can't have these conversations. I be like, man, Moors, we a disservice, especially elders. You know what I'm saying, Brian?
Yes, sir.
That's all I be saying. Like, Moors, it be a disservice. And when brothers know the truth and understand the truth, instead of them correcting themselves, they'll still promulgate the lie. They'll still promulgate that because why? It'll cut off that power, or it might cut off that money line.
Right.
I'm telling you, man. And like, can't nobody have no, how can we arbitrarily explain law? Forget this Moor science stuff. How can anybody arbitrarily explain the law? And I ask Moors, all sheiks, all brothers that study Moor science, hell, and a person that don't study Moor science. Do you clearly understand the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th Amendment? Because I hear Moors promulgating this 14th Amendment stuff, Brian, and I'll be spitting my juice out. I say, clearly you don't understand. You listening to rhetoric. See this, and see in the Moorish Zion Temple, the prophet they was teaching real history. They have brothers that understand that they was Moorish professors, college brothers that understood, and that's why a lot of them brothers was able. That's how they was able to have temples all over. It wasn't a whole bunch of jackleg Negroes. Everybody out of prison talking about, oh, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna get a Lamborghini.
So to some
degree, that's some goofy stuff.
To some degree, it seems like everybody that Noble Drew Ali was pulling in, or I mean, maybe not, but you know, they had some degree of organization already in their past or history of it. You know what I'm saying? Even education, or maybe some type of financial literacy. Because it seems like when I read or research the temple at that time, like they were doing a lot of things either politically or in the community. They had a lot of their own things, like they were really being self-sufficient.
Yes. They had the Proclamation Declaration with all the mayors signed in 2012. But then before that, I showed y'all what? In 1985. Yeah. In 1985. And here it is. We got professors from Chicago. We got doctors and these so-called distinguished brothers with all these names with these African-American degrees and all this. And they out here, I'm a Freemason, I'm this, and I'm a Kappa Alpha, and I'm a Q dog of that Snoop Dogg. And you don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about? Come on now, man. And we talk about 1985. And we talk about brothers that say, yeah, I deal with politics. Yeah, I'm all into politics. And they get that, I'll be in all that. So how old are you? I'm this age. So how can you be my age and older and you from Chicago and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about?
Yeah, a lot of people in Chicago, well, from what I can see from a distance, you know what I'm saying? It seems like people in Chicago are a little bit more aware of the Moorish movement, or, you know, some type of Moorish science than the average person across the United States. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, a lot of the stuff you can look at records in Philadelphia and Chicago, like a lot of stuff that be proven. And I always just ask brothers and sisters, why do we hate the idea and the understanding of Moors, and the Moors did this and the Moors did this? I said, man, your uncle did this. Your uncle molested your cousin. I ain't talking about you, but I'm just saying. I'll be saying stuff like that, and Negroes be butthurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you weren't even alive back then. You really don't know what you're talking about. Well, they're African. Leopold put the damn fez on all those Africans as part of their damn uniform. Then Hitler regiment wore the fez, and they study Islam. And all you got to do is pull it up. So don't come to me with no lottie-dottie.
And you saying these are arguments that people give to discredit the feds or the Moorish movement, anything more?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, to come up with the Moors are Arabs. Ain't no such thing as no Arab. What are you talking about? Bertrand Thomas. It's a book called Bertrand Thomas called The Arab. He stayed with the ancient Arabs. He wrote a whole bunch of books, Arabia, Atlantis, all that stuff. And then Vladimir Dale, a Russian, he got a dictionary telling you what an Arab is. Not an A-R-A-B, but an A-R-A-P, what an ancient Arab is. Now, fact check me on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So brother be having a whole misunderstanding. And then when you're dealing with regular people, when they try to come with that pro-black stuff or try to diss the Kaifa or the she-mag and the turban, And they say, well, you trying to look like some Arab. How the hell we trying to look like an Arab fool? And it's in the Bible.
Right.
We were the high priest were in your Bible. Research it. Do a quick Google search. The high priest, like I am, like you are, wore a turban with the jewel on it. They wore the kufi, aka the bonnet. We wear our tunics, cotton or silk, with embroidery, with fringes. What the hell are we talking about? If we want to be politically on something, ain't nobody looking like no Arab. You feel me?
Yes, sir. If anything, you know what I'm saying, the Arab that they're picturing is just kind of copying the original.
Yes. Do the Arab wear a topi? Yes. In the continent of Africa, we wear the topi, the tarbouche. What are we talking about? And my brothers be lost due to a lack of knowledge, man, because we refuse to learn, because we refuse to come to solidarity, because people will lose their rank. People will lose their rank. Noble Brian, why? Because the folly lolly can easily be destroyed, and I'll be wishing people come with more folly. I just play nice with all love and respect.
But like you said,
I'm telling you, it's all a game.
For so long that they've built their livelihood on these falsehoods. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. Well, it's not hard, but they're very reluctant to give up these things.
Yeah. You know, I give divine warnings. You know, I tell people about our free national name, how you known and recognized by all nations of the earth, that are recognized by the said national government in which they live. And people don't be understanding what I be saying. I say, listen, you have to be all the way correct when you talking about what? Anything like this. The 14th and the 15th Amendment brought the North and the South in unit, placing the Southerners who were at that time without power, with the constitutional body of power. And at that time, 1865, the free national constitutional law that was enforced since what, 1774, declared all men what? Equal and free. But then you listen to these more, we don't need this no more. When I be talking about what? Life, liberty, and what, Brian? The Pursuit of Happiness by Charles A. Wiseman. I said, dude, that's why Negroes don't know nothing, because they playing a game. I said, man, y'all out here playing a stupid ass board game. And we dealing with real stuff that can get not only you locked up, but everybody with you whole life destroyed because you playing. And if all men are declared by the free national constitution to be free and equal, since that constitution has never been changed, what? Listen to me clearly. For all these big brothers promulgate this folly lolly, there is no need for the application of the 14th and the 15th Amendment for the salvation of our people and our AKA citizens. I hope you listen to what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying, man, you lost. You lost. You lost. You lost. And all these people pushing this paper terrorist stuff, that's like Bobby Hemmett said in 1995 when the Twin Towers hit, he told what's going to happen to the Moors. It happened back then. It's going to happen again. Everybody talk about, yeah, Bobby Hemmett, yeah, he's my elder, I love him. And then when Bobby Hemmett dropped that bomb, they say, oh, you stupid NIGGA nigga Moor, paper Moors, that following all that paperwork. Yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. He said that in 1995.
What he told him?
You see? Huh?
I say, what he told him? What Brother Hemmett had told him more?
Brian, you pick it. Brian Pickett, he crazy. He told them, he said, "Oh, you stupid." He was going off. Y'all can pull it up on Instagram, TikTok, whatever everybody be on. He said, "Oh, you stupid NIGG more, paper terrorists more, that's filling out all that paperwork, all this stuff, y'all look like a fictitious group. They got all them, they got all y'all on the what? Domestic terrorist list. Every last one of them. Every last one of them on a domestic terrorist list. Every last one. Every last one. They got a whole goddamn police task force, a sovereign citizen task force that just make pages and follow goofy Negro Moors. Excuse my candor. That push this goofy shit.
Peace, Moso.
Excuse my candor. Peace, Moso.
Islam, Nobles.
You know, so I'll be wanting to have a conversation, and no more is never say nothing. The first of the three Reconstruction Amendments did, in fact, abolish the institution of slavery, which opened the doors of freedom to all so-called African descendants in North America. Make no mistake about it, the 13th Amendment was the greatest and only document of manumission, research manumission. The Dred Scott Law was never abolished. It was illegal to be a Negro, Black, and color since what, like 1865. Research in Wilmington, North Carolina, the Wilmington white man's constitution. Research what I'm telling you, the Wilmington white man constitution. And look what they articles and they bylaws, what they said about some goofy niggas. Excuse my candor. I'm just saying it, how Negroes call each other. Because I don't call my brothers my muftis no N-I-G-G-A. We ain't that. That's anti-Semitic. You say that to me, I don't care if you look like me. Man, don't say that to me. Because I already tell you what I identify as. And if I tell you that, don't come to me playing. You ain't gonna do that to no European, no Albion, no Trelodite, but you do it to your own brother. Don't do that to me. And nobody do that to me. I don't sign that. When I sign anything, I know who I am. I know my nationality, I know my race, and I know my status. I'm a roll like that. That's all we want. What? It's equal what? Human rights. We don't need nothing.
That's really it.
We don't need nothing else. We don't need nothing else. What we need? Because I'm down with reparations too. Now don't get me wrong. Just like the next man. But watch this. I'm telling you with a fact. And I put whatever on it, and I ain't got much of nobody. But any more talk that fugazi stuff or some pro-black Negro, I got $1,000 to bet any black man anymore, any body professor, anything to say, I don't give a damn what you say. No Negro, black, or color, or African American is never gonna get no damn reparations identifying as words that's synonymous to slave. Never. And the only people that's gonna get paid for slaves is the people that created them. That's a fact. And if anybody come with any other bull crap, they lying and they ain't here for you. They're here to promulgate what? An agenda. I'm telling you, what, with that black stuff. I ain't say black wasn't beautiful. I ain't say that. But black is not our nationality. Ain't no black land. I mean, come on. Black, Negro, African American is all synonymous to what? Slaves. Come on. And the document of manumission able to be enacted by the Congress of the United States. See, this is a fact. Although the 2 sections ratified were just watered down versions of what? The 20 sections originally proposed. And just 1 section was needed to free so-called African American descents from mental slavery and the constitutional bondage in the United States. But then we know what happened. I ain't gonna stay all into it. I just wanna give a pictorial. So when I talk to more, I say, why nobody never say nothing? When I talk about the true 5/5 components of a natural person.
That's
see, I don't come with nobody.
I'm just
go
really,
ahead,
I mean, 'cause I know how it was for me. A lot of the stuff, like I was catching on. So even, and I think I'm a pretty decently intelligent dude with a pretty decent comprehension, right? And a lot of when I first went into the science, I was listening to a lot of some of the stuff I was catching on to, but a lot of the stuff was just really going over my head. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a lot of people don't know what questions to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people sometimes really do need a guide. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people don't ask questions because, you know, like you said, they may not be confident. They may think their question may be stupid, or they may get ridiculed for their question. You know what I'm saying? Or belittled even.
Yeah. And Brian, remember, and that's why I say about, and that's funny you said that, Brian. That's why I know we always in the spirit, because a gentleman I went to school with, and we've been conversing, you know, on social media. You know, like I said, I'm going back to do some ministry. But make a long story short, that's almost similar to what he said. And that's what I said. That's why I tell people to come teach, because I'm your brother. I'm from the same area. I've been through some of the same struggles. People know like when I was saying, Brian, people know my mom, my dad. I lost my brother in the city of Flint. I went to high school with people. You should celebrate this type of understanding. You should celebrate someone that you know that could come back to his people and teach the right way. And if brothers want to be a part of a brotherhood or fraternal order, because Jesus, Yahshua, was under the order of Melchizedek, there's nothing wrong with being part of a brotherhood, because the Holy Spirit, God, whatever you want to call that higher understanding, it celebrates in the Bible brotherhood. Brotherhood in the biblical scriptures is like sweet oils going down to your head, Brian, down to your beard, Brian, down to the damn collars of your shirt, Brian. You hear me?
It's long. I hear you. And I agree.
You see what I'm saying? Me too. Me too. And that's what I tell all my brothers. We don't take no oath. All my brothers on here, they can say eloquently with a silver tongue. Yes, they initiated what? With wisdom, with understanding. This ain't no how can I say, no embarrassing ritual that you will go through some goofy ass fraternity and make you cut your hair and brand you. No, we go through the wisdom. The understanding that you get, the adapt chamber you go through is the wisdom and understanding. You change your life, your family life, the way you used to look with that big stomach looking like Larry Home fat being sick. You don't have it no more. You understand what I'm saying, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because you change it from the
See, they don't understand. You damn right. You see, with a true understanding, being able to flush and feel, being able to accept correction the right way, because this is stuff that you can bring back to your family. And what we always say, Brian, our moral science, what we teach is for the family.
For the family.
Nothing we teach, man, we teach it here with adults, but we won't teach to our babies. I'm not confident everything that I teach, I would teach to the babies. Why? Because I do it in real life. I've done it. That's why. That's why. And I have the right to. You see?
Yes, sir. You certainly
I can talk about the truth. You say what, Noble?
I was saying you certainly do. I agree.
Yes. I can talk about the 5 fifth components of a natural person: our spirit, soul, body, our nationality, and our creed. What do you mean, Sheik? The spirit is your indestructible God essence in man and woman. Your soul is the actions of the mind's powers, which is thinking, reasoning, willing, understanding. Your body is the flesh, the human vehicle made of the earth. Often, listen to what I'm saying, often indigenous to the land of birth. When people be like, you're Appalachian, if you're a wine connoisseur, you understand the language that I'm saying. If you're a wine connoisseur, they say, well, what's the appellations of the grapes? So here it is, you want to know the appellations of the grapes, and I'm just using it as a speaking point. And people want to know about where some stupid ass grapes come from and some wine, and you don't want to know where you come from. You worried about what everything else in the world, but you ain't worried about you. Man, you got to be the one of the most crazy, like Bubba Dick Gregory said, what type of fool is you? Nationality, the descended birth, attachment through an especial nation or tribe, free national name, lineage, identity, and our creed, religious path of God consciousness, established through what? Forefathers, vine and fig tree. None of our elders, our scholars, John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, who else? We got Ivan Van Sertima, Sheikh Anta Diop, Dr. Francis Crefft Wilson, Amos Wilson,
Dr. Ben.
Any modern scholar, even Dr. Ben, even European scholars, like Asar, that even Bertram Thomas, David McRitchie, they all talk about Moors. Even modern, it's a European named Spencer Dew that teach out of Christian college. He got a book called The Aliyats. I sent it to y'all. I'll be like, man, what are y'all talking about? Hell, Peter Moon used to come to GCU and speak about Moor science. Hell, Peter Moon got a book called Spondu Mystery with damn Noble Drew Ali and all those U.S. generals back in the day. Why the hell you think he got Noble Drew Ali on the cover with all those U.S. generals? You don't understand? Clearly you don't. And see, we be playing a stupid game. Instead of coming in and unite in solidarity, we lost. Why? Because people have got paid to teach you with this black stuff. We a black fraternity. We a black this. That's civil mortis. No disrespect. Hell, you ain't got to listen to me. Get a book called A Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James. Hell, research Steve Coakley videos about the Greek is a fraud. And I'll be telling y'all, this is facts. Our elders talked about this. We all knew each other. All the elders knew each other. Bobby Hemmett and C. Freeman L. Although you saw Bobby Hemmett at C. Freeman L. lectures. Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't know that, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
And Bobby Hemmett didn't know more than no C. Freeman L. I hate when Negroes always try to put our great figures against each other. Well, Bobby Hemmett knew more than C. Freeman L. No, the hell he didn't. Bobby Hemmett just used a lot. What Bobby Hemmett did is just use a whole bunch of books, which I can easily do because I got the whole libraries of everything. But the wisdom and understanding, man, I'll burn every book up right now and still be able to give you the wisdom how. The same way C. Freeman L. can.
That's right.
Forget some goddamn book. Excuse my candor. All the books is saying the same thing, but just different language, different synonyms. If you don't catch it in the Moor's Quran, what do you talk about? The Brahmin text, the Avistas. All that stuff is inner science. Come on, man. Gnostic science. We on some stupid stuff. Everybody know I'm telling the truth. You got to. And then we deal with the civic aspect is how can you arbitrarily explain the law? How can you not agree with law? It's only one law. Why? Because what, Brian? Don't law governs all events?
All events. You know what I'm saying?
See? And Moore's be like, what you talk about, she? I started dropping documents down, document, and I say this ain't nothing but a schoolmaster because I ain't even went far with nothing yet. Man, you have to correct yourself. Because if not, then you're going to prove that you a criminal and a liar. And it ain't no truth in you. So help me God. It ain't no truth in you if somebody can lay it out on a platter and you still go with the fugazi. That's dumb as hell. That's straight up dumb as hell because law governs all events. If you ain't catching on what I'm saying and you are more, you say you do things the right way, want to do things under what? The right way to do things, and you don't understand what I'm saying because one, you might be a criminal, and if you don't, you should be able to say, man, I don't have the information and I want to know the information to correct myself. For I won't do nothing stupid, and I can clean myself out per se. But Moors don't want to do that, like Brian said.
Because we are,
they in too deep
of laws. You know what I'm saying? So it only behooves you to know the law. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to exercise your rights. You know what I'm saying? According to the law.
And there's no excuse of not to know the law in a court of law. See, Brian? There's no excuse not to know the law in a court of law. That's why I be saying when I be talking to these brothers that just started getting the science in 2000 and think they some paper terrorists, or they talk about, oh, I can deal with some CM Bay paperwork, some Zodiac law. I said, man, CM Bay ain't no lawgiver. You can't get mad at me. If a person say they a part of this and part of that, and they graduated from these universities, and you can't find them nowhere in sight, you look them up, you find nothing but Fuji dust. Hell, the institution ain't lying, Brian.
Right.
So don't get mad at me, man. I'm an elder. I say, if I get on here and say, yeah, I got a bachelor's degree from Clear University in nonprofit business startup, business management, and nonprofit business startup, from Clear University in 2014. And I got a dual master's degree from Grand Canyon University in first century history and religion. And I'm just saying that with my chest out like I mean something or trying to prove myself inferior to somebody. And then the person looking up and be like, man, this Negro lying. Why? No disrespect. Watch this. I told y'all, when people will just honestly lie to their own people, you can't believe nothing they saying. Watch this. It was religious people, and Brian gonna laugh, that got on the internet, talk about they got their master's degree and all this from some fictitious college in Hawaii. I call it ICDC college. And him and a singer Tank. Yeah. Him and a singer Tank. So if people don't know what I'm talking about, that's on you. And people be coming to you lying, talk about they got 400 acres, and I'm gonna say of some never land, and they don't have nothing. And they get big, and they do everything to defraud their own people. See, this is what I'm talking about. Man. We act like we can't talk about it, and then people hide behind a religion. We're not finna do that. It's some people keeping you caught up in that mystery of that black stuff. And that's why, man, you can get Ben Crump, and his name Ben Crump, that attorney, that lawyer, that every time something happened, he's okay. Now, and this one I want to talk about. And I want to ask everyone, you can get the damn attorney, the lawyer, Ben Crump. And I'm telling you, and I'll wipe my whatever, with that rhetoric. Because I did this with prosecutor attorneys, and they were like, if they won't talk to you, In my civics class, they played that thing with what's his name? That professor from Harvard, Brian the Black. What's his name? Cornel West.
Yeah.
They had T.I. They had Tavis Smiley on there, and now here it is. The Cornel West teach at freaking Harvard. You got all these so-called Negroes that got all these letters behind their name, and they playing this stupid game. What should we call ourselves? Should we call ourselves this? Man, my European professors, that's Masons, that's sons of Muslims, said, oh, they definitely don't want to have a conversation with you. Yeah, he hit my professor, and we was like, why? All the Europeans in class was laughing like, they were like, because you'll let him go first. And then it'll take you 15 minutes. Why? If I can all these Europeans in class that don't look like us, that ain't Moors, with the same science I'm talking to y'all, and they like, damn, and they fact checking everything like boom, boom, boom. Do you think a Negro gonna know what the, excuse me, can talk and can sit and disagree with what I'm talking about, Brian? It's not gonna happen. Right. If they honest.
Come on. You're right.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. How can you be a professor and all my brothers in African American studies and all this literature and all this stuff, we still going to promulgate some back to Africa stuff, some black stuff. But we just broke down the one world Tartarians yesterday. When we break down all this science and we still have a problem, we still let people promulgate this black stuff. Ben Crump will lose, and we say, oh, we're going to get a civil rights attorney. Well, off the top, they know they're going to lose. So all that money you raise, you're going to get paid. Why? No matter if he win or lose. Why? Because you don't know he worked for the courts. I do. You don't know about quid pro quo. No black person is going to get no reparations for being no Negroes. I'm telling you what I know. And if anybody get on here and say that, they lying. And if they talk that attorney stuff, I bet you no attorney will get on here and say it, because I'll destroy him too with that person stuff. That person that's put you in a different class of a different type of damn slave. See, these is facts. And don't nobody want to tell the truth. When we talk about the real articles with the 20 sections, the real articles with the 20 sections, now I don't got to go all of them. I ask Morris, read all the articles with all 20 sections. What you mean, you should have them. You promulgating that rhetoric. All persons shall have the right peacefully to assemble and worship God according to the dictates, according to the dictates of their own conscience. I ain't even gonna go all through all 20. I'm not, because it'll take too long. But when people talk about the 14th Amendment, when you listen to these Negroes, listen to Sheik clearly, listen to your brother, and then go question anybody promulgating that 14th Amendment stuff if they Moors. You should be like, man, damn, man, why are you talking crazy? Watch this, watch this. There was no need for the application of the 14th and the 15th Amendment for the salvation of none of us. Remember, I told y'all when you examined the 1865 and the 1870 amendments, we made the determination that the 14th and the 15th Amendment is the sneakiest document of what? Re-enslavement to ever been written. Think about this. How? Because the 14th Amendment alone is so crippling and devastating until it later transformed every U.S. citizen from ignorant sugar cubes, right?
Come on.
To corporate sheets, known as what? Straw men within 60 years of ratification. Think about what I'm saying. And I ain't telling you to claim your straw man. No, I ain't saying that. I'm just breaking things down for you can understand. Because I'll break it down the right way and you be like, damn, man, so everybody really tripping. Yeah. We ain't talking about nobody sliding through the cracks. We don't slide through the cracks. I know a whole bunch of people that slid through the cracks in life. We ain't doing that.
No, we pull ourselves.
The power of the South. That's right, Brian. The power of the South had been had a slave until losing the Civil War. So we should know this, man. We should know this stuff. That's why I say Negroes today, aka African Americans, will never have true rights. Why? Because the misnomer of Negroes, black color, we call the acronym MDC, being the name of denationalized human property, were never designed to have rights. As labeled property, the Negro, black, and the color have never had the rights, because all rights are contingent. You know what contingent mean? I hope you do. It's contingent mean it's some A, B, C, D, E, or some things that have to be in line. is contingent upon universal, natural, and or civil laws. And before there can be what? Rights, there must first be what? Laws from which rights derive their strength. See, this is too simple. And since the Negro does not have a constitution or laws of autonomy from which to govern itself, he or she cannot have lawful rights.
So
I'm
boom,
telling you.
what you saying is, what that
You see
saying
what I'm
is,
going?
like the Negro is not born in any land, but created in a fictitious way. Like, so that's why the Negro don't have
Yes.
no rights.
Yes.
Hmm.
You some fictitious. I'm telling you, yes. I'll break down the whole Wizard of Oz story, how you have a person looking stupid in the face. I'll break down the whole analogy of the Matrix situation because we caught in both of those situations. We playing. And this is why the great Dred Scott decision of 1857 stated, and I quote, "The Negro has no rights that the true citizens are bound to respect, and that having been overthrown, Brian, Negro, Black, and colored African American is all synonymous to slave." Do you hear me?
Right.
These is facts. Watch this. This divine and civil law was ratified in what? The 14th Amendment under the word what? And I quote, and quote, person, and sealed in a section 4, which stated in essence that I quote eloquently once again with a silver tongue. Negroes, aka persons, whether free, Brian, see this is the kicker, whether free or slave, have no rights to compensation or reparations. Did you just hear what I just said?
Yes, sir. Negroes have no
What did
rights.
I just say, B?
Negroes have no rights to reparations or compensation.
None. So when them damn stupid ass attorneys, and I'm saying it like that, oh, we're gonna do this. No, you not. You lying, and ain't no truth in you. And I'm telling you, you lying. You see how easy this is? I'm with reparations, like I told y'all earlier. But still, this stately restitution is only reserved from constituted what? Governments for what? Atrocities. How? Imposed against another recognized nation. 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 Tribe and or family bearing what? The same free national name. See? And by design, the Negro, Black, and color is neither of these. So to avoid paying reparations to slaves and descendants of so-called ex-slaves is the main reason for the Congress of the United States writing what? Section 4 into the what? De facto 14th Amendment, recycle bin of the Negro, Black, and colored slaves, aka persons, aka identifications. See? And this amendment is nothing short of a what? A title of ownership and assumable jurisdiction of the freed nation of people brought forth by what? Congress and what? The 13th Amendment. See, this is free for any person in the world to look up. But and first, the misnomer Negro, Black, and color must be free as a people, bearing what? One free national name. Then and only then will we and will us as a people be able to claim rights, which will draw our powers from their own and from our own constituted laws and principles. When people run into the courts and I said, what are you doing? Until these laws are adhered to, the misnomer Negro, Black, and color will remain as what? Chattel, without rights.
Peace, no disseminate.
And they can only,
Peace and
yep,
love. Peace and love.
peace and love. And they can only, and we can only function under what? Granted privileges, as demonstrated shamelessly with the what? The 15th Amendment. They call that voting privilege amendment. And this has been the existing condition since the 3/5 clause of the 1779. I just eloquently explained, Brian, on how you can fact check everybody. When we said that the section 4, which stated that in essence, Negroes, aka persons, whether free or slave, have no rights to compensation or reparations. We said that very clearly. And then you only function it under what? Granted privileges, as demonstrated under the 15th Amendment voting right. You see, it's been a condition since the 3-5 clause of 1779. Research it. And this the kicker again. And today, in today's graduates, those so-called lawyers of the ABA, those exams would argue that the 3-5 clause and the Dred Scott decision were overruled by the 14th Amendment. See, I had the privilege to sit down and have a discussion, and I had to prove what I'm saying from peer-reviewed scholarly research. They'll lose. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you down with no more science. I don't care if you think you heavy in law and you a law student. I'm going to show you this, and you're going to be caught up in a trail of lies. You will lose this case when explaining how the same slave labels of Negro, black, color that lawfully began in 1779 are still certified as what? State-owned property. Today, all these years today. And what I mean, telling you, and I be talking about all people, it's just what it is. If we know this stuff, it's just what it is. Why? When you use the listen, when you go have your child in the hospitals and all that, you get a birth certificate. You don't have a midwife. I just told you what the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. Listen, you ain't got to listen to me. What? You got a right of a nationality and the right to change it. And the claim of child replaces the birth certificate. And no one would be arbitrarily denied of a what, Brian? A nationality and a right to change it.
Right.
But the prophet already gave this, and that's what I structured. I already gave this to us. You can't deny what I'm saying. There is not a rightful law on earth that can make a citizen from a mold design to produce the shapes of property. And African Americans, ETC, being another misnomer, is the egg slot of slave labels. And they are exclusively made where? In America. And this is why privileges granted to property should never be misconstrued as being the same as true rights earned by AKA citizens of a free national government. Yeah, we got, okay, I got a couple more minutes and we out. So when we talk about the 15th Amendment, this is the last of the Reconstruction Amendments. And this results from the great what? Right of suffrage. When I show y'all the America in black and white, when I show y'all about the Battle of Bunker Hill, in school I already showed people this, that book of 1775, and you got the Battle of Bunker Hill. They whitewashed Peter Selman and Oliver Cromwell out all that history. And then when I show you suffrage, is when the European clips the hair of the Asiatic woman, and they call that suffrage. It's an allegory. I'll show y'all in a different time, but the suffrage of 1870. This amendment gave guaranteed voting power to the so-called free male Negro slaves. But this the kicker. But it was nothing because America so loved her only slave that it gave them the right to vote as all other citizens. But this is quite the contrary, because after the assassination of Lincoln, the South began pouring representative money, influence, filibusters, and lobbyists into Washington with intent to regain dominion in the South and reinstitute slavery. See, this is real history. And as a shrewd political maneuver, the Union staged the nation's first voter registration drive. And in most southern states, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, the ex-slaves greatly outnumbered the former master. So the 15th Amendment was created to give them the power to vote, even though 98% of them could not read. The Negro weight of the political South was used against itself, as these Trojan votes restored sovereign powers to the United States, aka Union State. In short, property was used to defend itself. And this is what I be telling people what they doing now, that it's just a different synonyms, and people ain't catching it. That's why Brian said you need a map and a guide, because all that fugazi stuff, no fraud gonna come to a person that they know can just break it down real simple. And then say, if that's the case, then I go get a prosecutor attorney, a professor that I know, and that'll come from no biasness. And then everybody really won't say nothing. Citizens of the U.S. were guaranteed the right to vote in the very first article of the Constitution, remember? Article 1, Section 2, Clause 1, remember? Therefore, the 15th Amendment was purely for the purpose of pacifying a segment of civilian populace for a time. This is why the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th Amendment are all promoted by government to quell some of the civil unrest. That's why you see Negroes promulgate that 14th Amendment stupid stuff. And they have no idea. You know, I just try to be real civil with brothers and be like, come on, man, you got to understand this. But Brian, as we close, Brian, I think you put that little clip up of that little email or that little clip in the text of that European Albion in court.
Oh yeah.
And I just wanted to pick it apart as we close to ask people, is this any different than what people promulgate? Because if it's not, then how can it be some exclusive more science stuff? When I show you what Roger Elvik is, when I show you what the Paradigm Group is, when I show you everything that happened to these Europeans, and then I say, okay, if that's the case, I get this. Now let's look at an old case and let's see what's going on, and let's see, can people look at this and see what's going on? And I put to the going. You say what, Brian?
She.
You say what? I hear you. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
She, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, Noble. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Noble?
Wow.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I
I
can hear
think
you.
Okay.
Brian had asked if you wanted him to play the video.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Cash.
Yeah,
I
he
can
can
hear
hear
you
you.
now. I don't know. He must have bad connection.
Yeah, I think it's an
Um,
echo.
yeah, this was a good video too. I think he working it. I want to dissect this bad boy, or let y'all dissect it. Yeah, the technical difficulty. I don't know what's going on, y'all.
Yeah, my apologies, family. I don't know. I'm having a little difficulty. For some reason it's not loading up as fast.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know, I can always run an audible. You know, I'm always prepared. I just want a quick audible. We might not be able to see the visual unless, hold on, let me see. You know, I always got a backup plan. You feel me, Nobles? And I sent it to y'all, but I just wanted to share this little tittle. All right, here it go. Let me turn it up. Listen.
As you judge me, I am the living man protected by universal law. You keep talking, and you're going to be charged with contempt, and you're going to go to jail. You have already contempted this place. Oh, I told you I would. You're trying to get down here. These are the living witnesses to what you're trying to do. You are trying to create a fictitious fraudulent action. You are trying to build the Federal Reserve by securitizing in all caps commercialized name and notifying them that they are standing in debt now. If you touch me, you will violate natural law. Do not come near me. I am protected by the land. Do not tell me to shut up. I am the living natural man, and my voice will be heard. That is the Jolly Roger. That thing you call the American flag with the gold fringe around it is the Jolly Roger, and you are acting as one of his privateers. Okay. You're here on charge of arrest. I'm here by special visitation. Right. And I've never let you get away with this, but I'm here. To each charge, subject to a $500 fine up to 6 months in jail. I do not understand any charges. I only understand universal law and the right to live. To live in peace and to live as I need to. You said not guilty in this. I never bleed. Animals bleed. So like, oink, oink. I have a paper with your signature on it, sir. It says prime evidence standing right through it. You bring forward all natural forms of evidence that I am not prime evidence. I am the living soil. The dirt, the water, and the air has its own voice, does it not? It also forms of life, does it not? I am a part of that life. I am not your corporate fiction. Sir? Do not hinder me. You're here today on an omnibus hearing. You've already pled not guilty. I am here by special visitation to see to it that you do not anger my natural living man's name. Are you prepared to tell the court if you wish to go to trial on this matter? This is a trial. No, this isn't a trial. Here's my jury of my peers. You cannot produce a jury of my peers because all juries are selected from a pool of registered voters, and the instant a person registers to vote, their natural ability is appear to comprehend natural law that's been dissolved and turned into fiction. There cannot be raised a jury of my peers. It cannot be done. Excuse me for just a moment. No way. Get back here and finish this. Hey, get back here and finish this. The judge has left the courtroom. There you go. You have? Yeah. There is nobody in this courtroom. Yeah. The judge has walked out. The judge has walked out. I said no excuse. Everybody up and out. Up and out.
I want to stop right there. What do all that rhetoric sound like? That's a European. Albion, Trinidad, whatever you want to call it. That ain't no more. Do that sound like the same stuff Morris be talking? Yes or no? Just be honest.
Yeah, very similar. Very, very similar.
See? And that's all we have to do is be honest. You know, Noble. So if that's the case, how can somebody say, oh man, that's more science? How? And the European doing the same thing. That should stop you in your track to be like, what we talking about? Because he's saying the same thing. He's pulling the same game. These people, this is ex-militia, want to overthrow the government. It's the same rhetoric. They put the more that sovereign citizen movement and these militia in the same category. It's the same language. You get caught, you get charged for the same crimes. And when I tell people, I said, come on, y'all, we got to do better than this. Now, is he saying some things in there? Yeah. It's some bullets. And so I asked people, everything what he said, could people pull bullets out of it? Can't no more pull no real bullets out of it. Now, it's about 5, I would say 5 bullets in the whole rhetoric what he was saying. But one of the bullet was jury of his peers. And when they be like, what you mean? When I say, when most people, they ain't a part of no religious organization or whatever, when they get in trouble, what you doing? You're down there by yourself. So you don't have a jury or people down there of your peers. So no one can vouch for your character or nothing. So you clearly you on your own. You know? So when we dealing with these things and we dealing with the same thing that the so-called European is using, so clearly that you can't say that's no more science. And you got to say, this is something I don't need to be doing. Maybe I need to go a different route because I showed everybody clearly how to do everything that you want to do. And you don't have to go that route. You don't have to do no status correction and nothing. Our prophet, especially if you're saying more Science Temple of America, our prophet never taught no status correction. Why would you change something that you may need to bring people up on charges? Tell me. You can't even give me a real answer. You would say, well, my man said this on the internet. And I said, see, we talk about my man. But we talking about if it's more science temple, what any sheep from the temple or any true educator that love you would demonstrate to you. This is what I'm saying. If not, then it should be nothing that we should be promulgating if we say we Moorish Americans. Why? That's not the degree we should be doing, y'all. That's what I'm trying to show, brothers. And I'm being very, very, very polite still. Nobody, if they say they Moorish Science Temple of America, I told y'all the 10-9, man, Moorish just got to tell the truth. And they won't. They won't tell you that the 1099 ain't no trust fund at the end of the rainbow. And every more that come to me, they come to me with that same Reddit, Noble Simeon. Every more I meet, they come to me with all that crazy stuff. And I say, where have you gotten this stuff from? And they won't say. I say, because I had a conversation with those individuals. They definitely can't say it's Moorish Science Temple of America. You know, now I ain't saying nobody's not a Moor. I ain't the person to say that you are Moor or you are not. Because more understanding who you are, but the science, the understanding, that's not more science.
If I may interject, what's going on here is that people have legitimate arguments,
Yes.
but it's brought up at the wrong times. A lot of these courts aren't meant to hear these things. You,
Yes.
you, people need to speak to more other officials inside the government before it gets to the court phase, because there's 12, I think they said it's 12 presumptions of court, automatically that they presume is um in effect unless rebutted, and you can't just come to court speaking all of this stuff, because first off, they have oaths that are, that we don't know about, especially the judges, to keep certain things um from speaking on certain things. So they can't really, some of them don't even know and aren't real Article 3 judges, but they also aren't allowed, so it's just not the right place to do it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Mm-hmm.
and you sound crazy,
Yeah.
because they're speaking about one thing and you're talking about the land, the air, and water, and how it speaks for itself. You're bugging. You sound pooky. You sound crazy.
See?
You
And
know,
I'm glad you
It-
saying that.
it's
And I'm like,
not.
come on, man. And when I be want to have real conversation with people, I'm like, come on now, come on. And when the camera be up there, they'll take it like, yeah, I'm running a sham. And I'll be like, dude, that's messed up that you would say that off camera, that you running a sham. Like, that's messed up. Because you do like we talked yesterday, Noble Simeon, when he said a jury of his peers. Certain things it's already done. So I ask every more, why would you be in court trying to do something on your own and it's already done? What? You want to go to their course to prove who you are, you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. Why? If you say if the Declaration of Human Rights, I just broke down, if you have a right of a nationality and a right to change it, and the religious laws trump everything, then clearly you should be like, at least think about what I just said for a minute and have a whole bunch of freaking questions just off of that. Just off the religious rights of the indigenous people. You should have a 50 million questions about that, not no other stuff. Somebody that met somebody on the internet and got some fake AI like they in court with a fake ass Rolex on their wrist, like this some
they
Master P goddamn album.
they had this fake Moorish American organization called USAR, I think it was, United States of America Republic.
USAR, bro. USAR. They be riding around some
Yeah,
old rabbit Crown Victorias in Atlanta.
man, my boy Saladin. I hope he's doing okay. He had like a little child support case, and they left him out to dry. Just gave him some paperwork. It didn't work, and he lost his CDL, everything.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Got all messed up with it. They didn't come down to support him or try to fix the situation or help him. Just gave him a couple pieces of paperwork and said, "Oh, this should work." They run in shams, like you said. They run in shams, and they got you throwing darts, hoping that it hits something. You
Yep.
know,
Yes.
and yeah, and like you said, it's already done. The peers thing was very made sense to me. That was a valid point. The other valid point was that he wasn't operating commercially or wasn't there in a commercial capacity, but
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know, you bring in, that's not who they you in court, and
Yes.
that's
Yes.
who they summon. They summon that
Yes.
commercial representative, or so the body to represent it, and you came. So
Yeah. And then watch this.
yeah.
Watch how I get. Watch this. I get every more that talk that capital letter like this. They say, "Oh, my name in caps." That's not me, right? That's what they say, right? You heard that, right?
Right.
So I
I
say, "What's
definitely
your
heard that.
name?" So I say, "What's your name?" Say your name, Booty Fondlers, right? And you say, "What? That my name?" And so in cap letters, your name is Booty Fondlers. But you say this ain't you in caps. Watch this. How I get everybody caught up. I say, "Okay, what's your name?" You say Booty Fondlers, right? For the record, right? Right? Right?
And, I mean, it's some people that do say that. Yeah, some people be
Right.
like, "Oh, my mother
Let's be
calls me
honest.
son.
I'm just
My
saying, let's be
kids
honest.
call
Because
me
you showed
father.
up,
I'm known by many names."
because you showed up at Booty Farm work. So
Right.
when you say this ain't me and Cap, I say, okay, this how you get caught up. My professor was an attorney. I used to be in a courtroom. Moors be looking at me. It was one Moor called himself the damn Moroccan president. Saw me out there in court. He came to Arizona with that goofy shit, locked his ass up. I'm there with the feds on everything. I'm cracking up. I'm telling people like I know what I'll be talking about. From a real honest perspective. You come with that rhetoric, not knowing exactly what you're doing, you fry.
Right.
Point blank. You open up the Pandora's box to what? To be fried.
They throwing you under the jail,
Yes, they coming at you as a paper terrorist. I'm
or
telling you what I know.
they just like they'll just have you sitting until you decide to go with the program. Or
Man.
they're gonna keep stuff going without you participating, or just appoint you a lawyer. Get you out of the courtroom and have them represent you. You know what I'm
Or or
saying?
or you come with that crazy stuff. I'd have more come with that crazy stuff like, man, please talk to my mom and help me get my kid back. And you do some stuff, stupid stuff, they give your ass some medicine.
Oh man.
See, I ain't gonna say no names. They give your ass some medicine. See, now I've been doing this too long, and I be telling brothers, I said, dude, like, don't do that. Like you said, it's some things, but you showed up. So back to the fact what I'm saying. Okay, this not me in caps. Okay, and I ask you your name, and you say it for the record. I say, okay, well, write your name. And you write your name. How you gonna write your name? You gonna write your name, right? Because this time I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna get evidence. It's over. I say, well, just write your name and tell me who you are. You'll be like, okay, you think you smart, which most Negroes do. They write their name. Boom. Now I get your ass for contempt of court. Because I'll play tennis with you too. Like, what you mean? You wanna play tennis? I'll play tennis. Because that's all you're doing. See? That's the thing. Your man Catherine, what? You want me to put it in cursives? I ask everybody what the conflict court say. They won't say it. They come with that CM Bay rhetoric. And everybody know I'm telling the truth. I know y'all heard of that, right? Watch this. Most people heard of it, haven't y'all?
Mm-hmm.
See? Everybody try to push that AA22 number. When I tell people, I say, man, you're going to get in trouble doing that. And what happened? People get in trouble doing that. Trying to pay no taxes on a goddamn Whataburger on a Whataburger at Burger King. I'm telling you what I know. So that's why I be telling brothers and sisters, it is a way to do things, Noble Simeon and Noble Brian. That's what I want to say. It is. We do have a right to do things. The religious laws it's a lot of things that's done. That's why when we say things established, if anybody say they part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, which Noble Drew Ali established, then you got to rock with what I'm saying. And then if not, then you got to say you're doing your own thing because that's not more science. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying you can't do what you want to do. I ain't the king of the Moors. That some people gave themselves the title of that. You know, I'm Sheikh Khari Goodman Bay, a teacher just like any other teacher, an educator just like any other educator. To give you a choice, and I just had the privilege to be a part of Moore Science Temple, and I sell Folly Lolly in it. All my muftis know because they met me when I was dealing with it. Because I had to bring all the Moors to my establishment. And I was transparent with all my movies. I said, man, these men, these older men is crazy. And all of them went to jail. Not one, not two, not three, all of them. Do you hear me? All of them. All of them. I love the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. But when you come with that rhetoric, I don't give a damn about these signs. Man, I put that shit out in the rain. Excuse my candor. I don't give a damn about none of that. And that's why I stand strong. And that's why I said, I bet you anybody that's my age that's been doing with this science for me a while, especially in doing around COVID, since it got popular to most people, I might not be no YouTube famous, but I bet you they know exactly who I am. And I bet you they can say, or anybody can be like, no, that man teaching y'all the truth. Point blank. Because the divine creed is first. All the civics and law stuff, I can teach you that and destroy all any other rhetoric. Destroy all any stupid ass black laws, all that dumb stuff. It should be illuminated because none of that stuff is precedent in law cases. None of this doc numbers. None of it's the Free Information Act. And if it is, y'all, then all we have to do is tell a person to prove what they're saying. What's wrong with that? Why we can't say if you professing all this stuff, you can they say show me the record, like Wolf in Wall Street. I mean, like what was it? No, show me the money. Show me. But Wolf of Wall Street too, like I said last time, we have to be able to ask our brothers and sisters this, especially if we pushing more science, y'all. And so that's all I wanted to close with. But if nobles don't ask questions, what's going to happen? The brother going to keep watching these videos. They're going to keep getting caught up and then confusing what somebody telling you and trying to twist it with more science. And you're going to get caught up in the whole web. I'm telling you, it always happens. This is an old Jedi mind trick. It's been happening for a long time, y'all. And people just don't know. Some people just refurbished themselves and took the feds off. Some Negroes ran to China. I'm telling you what I know. It's rhetoric. Some of them that say they be part of temples, all they do is talk about other people and it be goofy. And they old as me. And they call themselves sheiks. And I'm like, well, where's the science? Like, the stuff is craziness. It's madness. So I just want us to be able to have this open cipher with Moors. And if no one's going to say nothing, I think that's part of the problem, Noble Simeon, because everybody comes from a different area. And most people that I met say they study more science. And they don't say where they got that stuff from. But I know where they got it from. They got it from the internet. And they got most of the stuff from, no disrespect, but from what is called RV Bay Publishing. They got a lot of stuff from Taj Tariq Bay. They got a lot of stuff from all that, from a whole bunch of things. They got a lot of people got a whole bunch of word salad. A lot of people got stuff that's meaningless today, with no disrespect. So we have to be honest and talk about these things. You know, because people been led and burned the house, and people lost their lives.
You see,
People
you
really,
see what one of the big problems is, Sheik, is that people are fighting this from the wrong end. Now
yeah,
you could easily, and I've seen some. I would have to look it up specifically, but there's some uh Moorish scientists that have Moorish Americans that have filed federal paperwork, to fight certain things,
yes,
clarify certain laws and rules,
I got a
and
lot of
that's
them
where
documents. I agree.
right, and that's the position of power. If you disagree with something, then don't wait until you get in trouble or you're being accused of something for you to be fighting it. You need to fight. You need to be on the offensive and
Yes,
come together like we was talking like in a body politic where it's multiple people that notice these wrongs or misnomers or whatever, and to correct the record or for clarification or to get things changed or to expose the infringement on constitutional provisions or human rights, you know, and talk about that, get that handled, file the paperwork, put them
Watch
on
this.
defense, and
But watch
you
this.
on offense.
Now remember this. All we gotta do is defensive. Watch, this is the science. And listen, we don't have to file nothing. All we have to do is defend the Constitution with the 20 sections. This is what I tell people. I say, oh, we must do what? To defend something that is established. When I tell people we wasting their time, and when you show up in court with all this rhetoric, they like, these Negroes don't know nothing. So they play tennis with you. And you get caught up in a whole another web of stuff, not knowing what I just said, because there's no excuse of not knowing this. All we're doing is defending something that's already established. We're not trying to establish nothing. It's already established. So if it's established, all you must do what is defend it and bring it up. So what paperwork you telling me you got to file, and it's already done? I'll wait.
No,
I'll
no.
wait.
All
No.
right. So there's certain laws that are so any law, statute,
Mhm,
ordinance,
mhm,
um any regulation that is what's it repugnant to the Constitution is null and
mhm,
void.
mhm.
And
I hear
what
that.
what I've seen them do is like, okay, point it out, explain why it is, and file suit. You know,
Mhm, mhm,
in a way, or I forgot the exact type of court case you bring it up, but you do it
mhm,
in federal court. You kind of you bring it there, or if they tell you that you need to go to state first, you go to state first, but you bring up the discrepancy, you know,
mhm.
or whatever, and then now you got the paperwork. Let's say you win the case or whatever,
But we
you
can't.
got
But
the
see, this
paperwork
the
to
thing.
prove.
This the thing. With all respect, we can't in this stuff. When I say like, if you was in my class, I say you can't say whatever or this or none. You have to give me the precedented law case of everything so we can fact check it. This all and I agree with what you saying. I'm not disagreeing, but this is the same rhetoric. Give me a precedented law case, a doc number where we can fact check this, and nobody can. That's all I'm saying. We say, well, we know somebody in this, and it's like, well, I don't know this and I don't know that. Not saying you, but that's the whole rhetoric. If it happened in real life, you can give me the precedented law case. You can give me the doc number. And then I can look it up in a free information act and say, yep, 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 yep.
And
Not,
you're exactly right. Most of these
yeah, I
guys are
know.
lying. But
Yeah, I
even the
know.
ones that did get some wins, there's two types of people that I've seen got wins. Ones that got wins that had nothing to do with it, what they're
Hmm.
teaching, and then the others is ones that they'll delete the case. They'll remove the case from off the docket. They're not gonna let you teach people what's working and what's not, what's the truth and what's not. They'll take that shit that they don't want to deal with, or if you got your P's and Q's together, because a lot of the stuff people are saying is correct. You know, people that actually do it the right way, they deleting that quick. They're allowing you to take it to trial. They ain't doing no settlements. They're either telling you that you got to come back to court. They'll send you a date in the mail and never send you that date and delete the docket, or just tell you that it's over with and just go ahead and dismiss the charges or drop the charges or something like that, and then
Who?
delete it completely from the
Who?
system.
Do you know anybody? But I hear you.
Um,
I ain't disagreeing. All I'm saying is prove it.
I had a
Prove it.
public defender. This is the thing. I had a public defender. 'Cause my
Mhm.
baby mom had did something to me while I was on
But see
probation,
what you
kind of
just said?
got me in trouble.
Stop. Wait, stop. You just
And
lost.
I
You just,
no, I didn't.
wait,
Let me
stop.
finish my
You,
statement.
you said public defender.
No, yeah. So I had a public defender. Like you said, you can have the public defender file paperwork for you. I had to
No, you
file a
can't.
habeas corpus. I had to file a habeas corpus for me. They filed a
Okay.
habeas corpus. They was wrong about it. The prosecutor didn't want to drop the charge, but the judge ended up dropping it. I can't
Hmm.
find that case on docket. That
Hmm.
case is gone, deleted, like it never happened.
Hmm. You had a court-appointed attorney, right?
Um, a public defender, which it's different, but it's one and the same.
Same thing. So let's be honest. Did you plead to a lesser charge?
Didn't plead to anything.
So the okay, so the case was just dismissed.
they said that she did a habeas corpus. That's what she told me she put in.
So they okay.
And
Now
but
watch this. Now watch this.
it starts with a D or
If they
something
did it,
like that.
if they did a habeas
Um,
corpus, you have the right for your paperwork.
you could probably go to all the paperwork's in the court, but I'm talking about like on the docket. Like you
Mhm.
look online, the docket, they'll
Yeah, I
take
know what
that.
you're
They'll
talking
take
about.
it. They took it off the docket. Like I searched my name in all of the cases or whatever,
Mhm.
and it's not there. It's gone.
Right, right,
You saying
right.
it's no longer public information, or you can't use it, find it, the free information thing.
Yeah, I can't find it because usually you can see that case has been dismissed. You see everything that's been filed, habeas corpus, arraignment time, pleas, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All the initial paperwork, even the police report and all of that stuff is attached to the case, and that the clerk has to file that. What I've seen
And
with certain cases, especially when they're in the wrong or could be sued or a lot of times when people are doing things the right way, they'll delete the case off the docket. You got no
I,
proof.
and now, and I understand if like why, but this I'm saying as a person that's navigating the right way, that's upright. Give me one reason why would any of my brothers or anyone be in the courts having to defend themselves in this manner? Give me and this is what I would tell. Give me one. What would be the purpose of anyone going to court having to defend themselves in this manner? Because when we put an L and a B behind our name, that means we understand law. You know what I mean? We understand it in the right way and be honest. So all I ask people, I say, okay, why and what reason would you or upright more that understand be going to court to do what? Or to get out of what type of crime that may be committed or get out of some type of obligation that you went in when you didn't know. You know what I mean? But like our prophet said, we still responsible of the things we don't know. We make those things right. But this is what I'm saying. What upright person that understand this will be having to go to court defending themselves in this type of manner if they understand these basics. This is what I'm saying. When an individual will go to court and be doing what?
Most of the
When I hear
time,
me,
you know you are right. You are right, but we can't sit here and act like we're not a persecuted people. Like
but I agree.
we're not a hated people, you know. And there's things
Yeah,
that have happened. Look at Emmett Till, you know. Look at all of the look at Amadou
I,
Diallo. You know what I mean? Look at
yeah,
what's a
I
dude
agree.
that just got choked out. You know what
But
I
look,
mean?
but check this out. Check
Regardless if
this
it's
out.
conspiracy or not, or if they was in the right place at the wrong time, wrong place, wrong time, you know,
Mhm,
there is situations
mhm,
where our brothers, where our fellow Moors are
mhm.
being taken advantage of, you know. But
Yeah.
like you said, most of the time, it is so-called upright individuals or just people that's doing the wrong thing that is trying to get out of trouble. You know what I mean? So.
Man, and that's my honesty because I'm a lot older than most people, a lot of Moors. I ain't never seen an upright Moor get in trouble. I ain't never seen no elders to promulgate this stuff that's going on. I ain't never seen no elder, no Moor Science Temple of America, real member, part of the temple, because this is a Moor Science Temple in the city of Flint. I ain't never seen no Moor that teach that talk like this. None. Not one when I say Moor Science, because I'm like, this not Moor Science. It's some I told people what some Roger Elvick, some what redemption movement stuff. That's what this is, and it ain't exclusive to no more. Why? Because if Europeans doing it, it's not more science. That's all. That's all I'm telling people. Like I ain't disagreeing with no one that want to be a paper terrorist per se and go down that rabbit hole. But I say you're going to be judged in the same parameters as a European, as an Albion that call himself a militia. You're gonna be judged in the same parameters. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying that's not more science. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to disagree with no one. But when people be saying, well, this person won this case, and I be saying, what person? Because everything I can talk about, I can give you precedent in law cases and doc numbers to say, be like, yep, this is the Free Information Act. This happened. Boom, 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 boom. This docket. Yep, said this. This person that said that there was more, they went to court. They pleaded to a lesser charge. Oh, well, they ain't win nothing. You pleaded to a lesser charge at a court-appointed attorney. This is free information. Oh, you ain't in court for nothing but a traffic infraction. Blah, blah, blah. When people be coming with all that rhetoric in court, you in there for some change? You making a whole argument for some change for a fucking parking ticket? Man, are you nuts? Because at the end of the day, I always ask people, what's the motive? What you doing this for? When you're done doing that, why are we there? We there begging. That's what we're doing. Well, the government owed me this, and this, that, and the other. I said, how? You talking about you talking like some welfare. And then I tell people, if something happened to you, brothers be having insurance, brothers work jobs. If something happened to them, you're going to call the police. You're going to try to use the laws to defend yourself. Why? Because that's what you're going to do. But you say the laws don't even pertain to you. Like, to me, that's an oxymoron. Just like that's an oxymoron. We have to be real literal with what we're talking about. Be like, you know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Because this shouldn't be the motive for a group of brothers to take this route, to go down this route, to be some damn paper terrorists, to be a whole bunch of brothers going to court, stroking their egos, having a pissing contest with the courts. And I said, what are we there for? We trying not to pay some bill? We trying not to pay what it is. If that's all it is, listen to somebody you don't want a contract you went in, you want to say, well, I don't got to pay this no more because I'm a moron. I mean, what we talking about? And at the end of the day, what do you gain? And that's what I be asking people. What do you gain when you do all this paperwork? When I'm going to get this affidavit, when I'm going to do this, tell me, anybody that did that, give me some proof. What have they gained? Don't tell me about, oh, well, I've heard and I think, and I can't remember. Most people can't remember because it's all rhetoric. It's stuff they got off YouTube. And we got to be honest. People don't even be knowing these people. I say, how long you been knowing these people? Oh, I don't know. I met them on the internet. Have you been around this person? No. Did you go to court with them when they was going to court? Because you can go to court. You can go to court and listen to the whole case. So when this stuff be happening, when the rise of the Moors and all this stuff happening, everybody got something to say on the internet. Ain't nan Negro on the internet went to court. I got the whole case recorded. That's why I be laughing. Why? Because people like Sheik, if you want this, why? Because people do things as journalists. And they know when I'm an upright person. That's why I be telling people, if people support all this, why don't you go and support them and your face be seen? People be hiding behind corners and throwing shit on the internet. And I said, man, that shit fake. Excuse my candor. This is what I be telling people. Give me this show. And people can't. And I say, come on, man, that shouldn't be our main mission, is to be going in the courts. And I say, go to courts to get what? And nobody can say nothing. Well, this is what they say. And I'm not saying nobody, but this is what most of them say. Well, and then a whole bunch of rhetoric, a whole bunch of barbershop talk. Oh, man, when I heard it, and my man them said this, who? And I say, well, give me some precedent in law. Just give me the doc number of the case or the person one and their real name. People don't be even knowing these people real names. So how can a person even speak on anything? And the person can't give you the case, but then we say we so smart and other stuff. We break it down all these other laws, but then here it is, somebody tell us that's not as old as us or older than us, tell us some stuff, and you can't get the records and everything I talk about, I can show you the records. Man, that's crazy. And that's what I be telling more. I said, dude, I'd be like, man, this don't even make no sense. And I'm being honest. That's why parents be tripping on their kids when they be following stupid shit on the internet and they talk about they studying this. No, you not. You only thing you doing is trying to study how to get something from the government or overthrow the government. That's the truth. Because ain't nobody damn be talking no spiritual shit. All these Negroes that I know that y'all know and been following, they've been talking the same freaking rhetoric. File some fucking paperwork. Get this, get that. You can file this. You can do this. The government, or you can be like the Amish and do this and file this. You can travel all that stupid shit. All that dumb shit. Excuse my candor. And everybody know it. And then we try to defend that goofy garbage. And we be having kids. We got families and shit. And people be on that rhetoric. You want to lose your life and get your kid took from the goddamn social services on some stupid shit? They thinking your ass crazy. Like, this ain't no fake shit, man. I had a brother that was rocking with us. Y'all know the brother from Flint. Man lost everything, lost custody of his kid, everything with that dumb shit. Excuse my candor. And we from the same city. That's why the prophet said, when we say a divine warning and a divine message, but being brothers are still try to challenge with that bullshit. I'll be like, okay, well, show me who. Give me somebody. Tell me. Let me see him. Let's look them up. Let me look up the case. Let's see their real name. People don't be knowing these people real freaking names, but then they act like they some fucking expert witness. See, that be the rhetoric. That be the cap. And we know about
It's
all these
sad,
guys.
Sheik. It's sad
Yeah, I
how they
know.
confuse the divine Moorish movement and the science with a lot of this rhetoric and how it's ruining families and lives. I wish that I see people starting to wake up soon and realizing that they should be focused more on knowing themselves and the more science itself, and just like we was talking about before, just coming with a clean heart. All of the path will be presented in front of you, and there's ways to go about doing things. And if you're so bent on using the commercial, using your name, or to have the government having control over, quote unquote, your name, then move through your religious organization or move through your business, and operate that way. It's not going to be easy, you know what I'm saying? But for every complaint that people have, is other ways to do things, and there's a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. And
Yeah,
we need to stop, putting our lives on the line for no reason, for some false sense of freedom. When at
yeah,
any time, just like in Waco, Texas, with the Anglo Saxons, they
yeah,
felt like they need to listen, and
yeah,
so they sent the army and killed everybody.
yeah,
It's only gonna all that paperwork is only giving you a false sense of security. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's not gonna do much. You need to know how to operate with your oppressors, or with the government in general. You know what I mean? And that's the way that we'll survive and thrive, and but mainly focus on moving as a unit and learning knowledge of self, where we come from, who we are, and then we can make some changes. But just you can't skip steps in this process. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, man,
Yeah,
and that's all I'll be telling men, especially men, because we dealing with men. We have to be like, man, I got this crap from here. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, yeah, I got that crap from here. I got this crap from here. This what I've been on, and that's the whole thing. Not like making no mockery of it, but it's in our face. And that's all I'll be saying, Noble Simeon. Every more that I met, with besides my Mufis that's here, because man, I have hundreds of brothers, and they all was like, man, that I said, dude, I can't do that to nobody. I can't do that. And I get my mom and my daddy, and them, I'm their priest, I'm their Messiah. They love me, they love what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be no scam artist like that, talking about I'm nationalizing people. Could I've done that to people? Yeah. My wife will tell you right now. I used to show my wife all the emails of people like, Sheik, would you nationalize me and my wife and my kids? I'm like, man, I said, I can't do that, brother. A lot of people used to be like, man, you too real. I said, I can't do that because it ain't gonna mean nothing. Now, if you want to be a part of our organization, yes, I can give you an ID and that's saying this who you are, because we have the right to self-identify in our organization, our religious organization, as the Burning Bush, as our school, with our own bylaws. So yes, but it don't replace nothing.
just like as if you was going to a college, you got your college ID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
yes. And this is all I be trying to show people, man. The more if I go get out all my ID from the temple, Simeon, and all my paperwork from the temple, most people be like, well, damn, you have to apologize. Our travel ID is for the Moorish Science Temple of America. Our membership ID is for the Moorish Science Temple of America. Our tax ID card, Noble Simeon, because the Moorish Science Temple of America, we got a tax ID card. So when we talk about the 501, man, we got a tax exempt number, the Moorish Science Temple of America. And if any more get on here and lie and say something, they ain't part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, so they can go sit down. Just like it's only one Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple in school. We have a tax ID number. See,
And,
and
and,
and
and and
we
people don't know it can be used for identification. It
yes,
just can't. It can be used. It can be
yes,
used to get a
I do it
passport,
all the
a
time.
claim of
No,
life, or a baptismal certificate,
I do it all the time.
religious IDs, student
Yes,
IDs. They could
yes,
be used. Work
Yes,
IDs, they can be used, you know.
if you operate
So
right.
right, but we like the prophet Noble Jew Ali, prophet
Yeah,
Noble Jew, he said not to confuse them. Don't confuse
yes,
them by just showing your IDs to them, and when they're asking for something completely different, you know.
yes, yes. And that's what I'll be saying. That I'll give you a prime analogy. I wish my noble Lamarck on here. I had a noble that I was helping set up his business, but I'll be smelling people's. I'll be smelling people like they are alcoholics, so I'll be pulling stuff out of them. But make a long story short, you know, brother came to me with all that, trying to. They were following that RV Bay publisher stuff. But when you talk to brothers, you really see a person angle where they with it. That's why I tell brothers we have to ask questions because I don't want nobody to get messed up, and all these people that lost their houses and that lost their kids and they and all type of stuff. I said, dude, we don't want to go down that same road because that's the road that is going to go. Every state have a sovereign citizen. Every police state, everywhere they have a sovereign citizen list. They have a sovereign citizen task force. I know that. Every state they got a domestic terrorist list, and all them Negroes on there, they real names. If Mama Noble Mosa was on there, if I wish Noble Mosa was on here. Noble Mosa would be like, she ain't lying. Last year, I just named all on down on a domestic terrorist list, foreign and abroad, all those Moorish organizations. But they be following Negroes, all that stuff, and then you be on the internet willingly talking that dumb shit. Excuse my candor. That's a RICO law. I'll be laughing. I'll be like, dude, like all these people is on this domestic terrorist list, foreign and abroad. Why? Because they talking that overthrow government stuff. The same thing Bobby Hemmett was warning them stupid Moors about. And everybody said they love Bobby Hemmett. Bobby Hemmett told these Negroes this in 1995, like you playing a dangerous game with all that paper stuff. You playing a dangerous game. And he told you all that. And I'm telling people this over and over. And here it is today. Here it is today. It's so-called 2025, Brian. And what Negroes doing? The same thing. They ain't even listening to Bobby Hemmett. And they talk about, yeah, I love Bobby Hemmett. But yeah, Bobby, I listen to all Bobby Hemmett lectures. And Bobby Hemmett warned you Negroes. He ain't dissed the upright Moors. Why? Because he ain't dissing C. Freeman L. He ain't dissing the true Moors that teach the right way. He talk about the paper terrorists, goofy ass Moors over here acting like they some Islamic sect. Like they finna overthrow the government. That's what Bobby Hemmett was telling them stupid Negroes. Like they finna expatriate from the de facto government with that dumb rhetoric. That's why I be laughing at these clowns. I say, yes, I'm gonna talk to you just like that, because that's stupid. See? And people get mad. I said, no, you can't get mad. No, that's not more Science Temple of America science. It's not what nobody should teach you that know history and law. And so with that, I'm out of here. I went longer than what I thought I would. But shit, man, excuse my candor. Man, we can do this all day. We can do this all day and be adults in this manner.
No,
We can be adults in this manner and save people lives. Because I agree with Noble Simeon. Yes, we are an oppressed people. Yes, we are a subjugated people. But if you understand some, unity is everything. Jury of your peers is everything. And if law governs all events, then all we have to do is understand this and operate what? Under the religious laws. Operate in a fashion to where you can be a nation in a nation. You don't have to
let
be going when people be
let's
talking
start with
about,
the first step. We need to love each other. You
yes,
know,
Right.
everything
Yeah.
else will follow from there. We just need to learn how to love each
yeah,
other. Then
it is.
cooperation will come. Then unity will come. Then moving on one accord will come. And then everything follows that.
Yep.
I see it's the everybody trying to it's the man what I've heard the term is called the Mandingo effect. It's
Yeah.
like we just want to fight each other. We
Yeah.
can't stand when one of us winning and the other one's not winning.
Yeah.
Or I'm losing and you're winning. We got to just start with love and acceptance and then and knowledge of who we are, and then we can build from there. We need to set that firm foundation, and that's what the BB. This is the gist of the BB&T that I see that it's about. It's about knowing who you are
Yeah.
and getting rid of the indoctrination.
Mhm.
Unlearn it to relearn
Yeah.
what the truth really is,
Hmm.
and that way we can build together stronger and rise as a nation. Rise of the
Yeah.
people.
Because if we take that endeavor, noble Simeon, just imagine you take that endeavor. We can't send nobody in no burning house. Because like I said, I'm all down with all that. But see, we can't leave no one in a burning house. And I tell people it's done. All we have to do is what? Defend what's done. Defend what's done. It's too simple. It's too simple. And if we do that, there's nothing we have to change. It's
Right.
nothing we have to change. What we do is correcting mistakes. And people don't be catching what I be saying. That I was like, did you hear what I said? We're not changing nothing. We correcting a mistake. When
Wow.
you understand how to navigate, you can have fun. You can talk to people in a level, especially the people that think they got authority, in a way that you just look at them, no disrespect, as a butler. They just doing a task for you. If you wanna put your LBA on your birth certificate or your license, that ain't hard to do. If you want to get your birth certificate and say you white, that ain't hard to do. Tell me why would it be hard to do? And it's your paper. All you got to do is go down there and get the form to fill it out. What they gonna say? This ain't who you are. What they gonna say? This and that. And if it come down what it ain't, because the person at the window was nobody. Man, you correcting a mistake. Hell, my mama didn't know, but I know now. Hell, if you can change your name to Metal World Peace, understand what I'm saying. My mom didn't know. They thought they were some slaves. But I understand. How my mom and them teaching. I can't wait till my mom to come down here and correct theirs. They probably be down here Monday. Do you see what I'm saying? Noble Simeon.
Do see shit. I do see it.
I hope people catching what I'm saying. Be like, damn, it's simple. You can take it. You can take your driver's license with your feds on. Only reason why I didn't take mine with my feds on because it's hot. It was hot as hell. I had my kufi on. I don't got to make no statement like that. But hell, it's hot as hell. I got my kufi on. But if I want to, I can. You know, and that's what I be telling people. It's like your feds don't make you no foreign national. Your feds, when you hear, is your religious headdress, and that's the only reason why you're allowed to wear it at work or in the military. We used to wear your turban. I know the precedent in law, the doc number. If anybody say something to you, you at work with your kufi on or something like that, and they try to say that a hat and all this, man, no, they done messed up. And people don't know it. How I know? Because I know our religious rights. And you got the right to wear your fez at work, in the military, all this stuff. But only if you're working in like in a factory, they don't want your tassel hanging because it's an OSHA violation. I'm telling you what I know. And then the person would be like, yeah, you're right. I'll just say this is my national headdress, and I'll be the damn judge or the referee, like they like to say. And I'll say, I don't care what you call it, take it off. Or I'll be saying, well, give me the precedent in law and the doc number to say that you can wear that damn hat in my court. Man, most scary nigga, they're gonna take that mug off. And 9 times out of 10, they damn sure ain't gonna wear it. See, I know this. What you gonna say when he say take that hat off in my jury? Well, it ain't no hat. You can't respond like that. You see? And more to be fried. They be fried. They be going in there with shade their hair, shade their face, going there with a Steve Harvey suit on. I'm telling you what I know, man. It's madness. And all I'm saying is I'm with all the stuff. I'm with reparations. I'm with all that, family. I'm telling y'all, I'm with all that. I'm not dissing nothing. But what I'm saying is it is a proper way to do things. It is the right way. And if this way was right, what all these different brothers doing, selling these, taking my course and saying these students going from state to state, doing all this stuff, if that was really it, why it ain't happening like that? We know that that's some fugazi, and we still in falling for that. Why can't we call a spade a spade? And that's all I'm saying in our community. Why we can't call a spade a spade? Why we can't? Why we can't be like, man, well, how can you say you have some, and then here's a whole other brother talking the same thing. Then hear another group of brother talking the same thing. Then hear another brother talking this stuff. You hear he dressed like his car, his Lamborghinis. He on the internet talking the same thing that this brother talking. Same thing. They selling the lifestyle. The same way with those what I call Ponzi and pyramid scheme Negroes. The same thing. It's the same thing. And I'll be like, man, y'all can't be that stupid. Come on, man. Like, this all I'm saying. Come on, man. This is all, and I close with this. I said, come on, brothers. We got to be able to be watchdogs in what we say we believe in. We can't let a small portion of our people, because I'm not saying it's not whatever people saying, because it's truth and falsehood is strangely mixed. But I'm telling you, it's not more science. That's what I'm telling people. That's that. At the end of the day, if we was in the court, the judge would be like, yeah, did you hear what this man said? He ain't arguing with you or nothing. He's telling you that that's not more science. You know, that's whatever else you want to call it, but that's not more science. That's what I'm saying. So everything else that people be coming up with, pulling out this, well, what about this? What I said, dude, everything you stand still is irrelevant. Why? Because it's not more science. Why? Because we got a declaration and proclamation. We got one-on-ones. That's why. That's why. It's a way the temple set up that can be looked up. That's why. That's why. And so when anybody say anything else, I say, dude, I hear you, but that's not more science. And I'll rest my case. So I love y'all, man. Like I sent y'all a plethora of books earlier. I think I sent everybody some books. I got so much stuff, man, on metaphysics, because I know, Brian, you hit me up earlier. You were like, Sheik, do you got the metaphysical Bible? And you already know I got the plethora of everything. So I resent it to you. And I sent some other literature of metaphysics and things that really need to be discussed when I say it's all the same science with different synonyms. I don't care what book nobody get. I don't give a damn scoop my candor about no Bobby Hemmett book list, about nobody book list. It's all the same. If you could speak the science and live the science like C. Freeman Hale and say, okay, well, I hear the books, but the books can only regurgitate what's known. You can't come up with nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. All we can do is teach what's understood. And so with that, I say thank y'all once again, man, and navigate the right way. If I'm all down with our movement, that I hope brothers and sisters really come together and ask questions, you know, and say, man, and really be like, yeah, man, I was getting ready to do this, or I filed this. And then I say, well, how did it turn out for you? You know, because I know how it turned out. If people will be honest and give their real names, I already know it's not hard. When you give your real name, then if you did some of that rhetoric, you got to be truthful. I'm telling you, I know all of that rise of the more stuff. I know they were in worse trouble than they were before they did it. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. I'm talking about all of them. Do you hear me? All of them. And I'm telling y'all, and when y'all get on the internet, not y'all, with that fake Moorish court stuff and tell everything will happen, that's what they use in the courts. How I know? Because I got the whole court. I got the whole proceeding. People told. They told that they were like, no, this ain't happened. We pulled over. So people like, well, damn, it's premeditated. It's a thing when cases be caught up. It's a thing called the Free Information Act. Just like if you do a crime and a person talk about they ain't right. Yes, you did. You can look up the paper, especially if it's your case. What do you talk about? You can look up the case and see that this person was a damn informant, working with the police for years, and everybody know I'm telling the truth. Everybody know that live, that understand what I'm saying. So you get caught up in the web, and I'm saying all those people got caught up in the web. Most of those brothers that was inexperienced, especially carrying weapons, especially if you've been in the military, you know, like I know, Noble Simeon, if you running and you the police, you brandishing a gun and everything, man, hell, I can pop your ass. Noble Simeon, am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
Okay. So when people be talking that, I'll be like, dude, you playing a dangerous game. You get all these inexperienced young people that never handle no firearm and know how to carry a gun where it won't be a threat and all this and run through the woods. Man, you get your head blew off. Man, I bust at you like you a deer. And all these people go to court and plead themselves to the courts, and all of these people get court-appointed attorneys. Where all the Moors and judges, everybody on the internet that talk about they know law and all this stupid shit? Where the goddamn clock of destiny? Where all these Moors that talk all this internet law stuff? Where all of that that's helping these lying-ass Negro sovereign citizens in the courts? It ain't nowhere. They have court-appointed attorneys, and they plead to lesser charges. So if you plead to a lesser charge, 9 times out of 10, in those situations, your ass giving up information. Point blank. Point blank. And when you talk to the police, you already ratted. Why? Because there ain't nothing you can say to the police that's going to help your case. So when you open your mouth to the popo, you ratted. See? And this is what I'll be telling people. I'll be like, okay, you don't have to listen to nothing she's telling you. I understand it's a way to do things, but the way brothers doing it is not more science. And all these brothers started off acting like it was more science, wearing the fez. They're calling themselves bays, all of them. And I said, dude, how I know? Because I've been around. That's why they can't say nothing. They come, they hide and all that fictitious, fancy, Nancy, Master P album shit with all the fancy as more science, and it's not. Am I dissing finances? Hell no. Am I dissing business? Absolutely not. Am I dissing the finer things? Absolutely not. But I'm saying the finer things ain't contingent on you being no more and filing no paperwork. That's what I'm telling you. And trying to be like, oh, get out of some bill, get out of paying a certain bill or a certain debt. That shouldn't be your mission. But if it is, as I close, more power to you, brother. Just let me know how that stuff turned out for you. That's all. And don't be lying. Talk about, oh, they dropped the case. They ain't dropped no case. People be pleading to a lesser charge. I'll be like, dude, you lying. You plead to a lesser charge. I know too many people, man, that plead to a lesser charge and they rat. How get people caught up in a RICO. I'll be waiting for somebody to say something. I'll be waiting for these more to say something. I'll be like, dude, please, I know your handle. I know your name. And if you my age, you know I know. That's why most people that's younger than me, you don't know because you ain't been around. You know, most people get their shit off the internet. Like people be saying, it's a blessing to be around you, Sheik. Like, cause you too real. Like I tell people, you can touch me. I come to your city. I don't need nobody to give me nothing. That's what I tell people. It ain't nothing that nobody can come and be like, well, no, man, that man lying to you. No way. With this law fake stuff, I'm telling you, man, I can go way deeper with it and give you people government names and tell you that they lying and ain't no truth in you. I'm telling you, man. So I hope brothers really, really be careful how we operate because most people are younger than me. You know, so I hope we're not playing no games. So I love y'all, man. I'm out of here. Thank y'all for listening to me for this long time. Like I said, if y'all need anything from me, don't hesitate to hit me up. Don't hesitate to use me. Don't abuse me, but don't hesitate to use me. You know, so I love y'all, man. And once again, y'all have love and light and anything you need and anything you do and any signs you get from me and whatever way you go out in the world, I hope you know what you're doing. Because I'm here to inspire you. I'm not here to discourage no one. I'm here to inspire you. So if you go out and do some of those things, I hope you're doing it the right way. Because inspiration, it should take people all different avenues. I really believe that. But if you are inspired, you should be inspired to do nothing crazy. You should be inspired to educate yourself on some things. And if that's your angle, you should attack it. But don't do it in a manifestation in anger and spite, because you know I think you would do things unjustly. So that's all I have to say, man. So I thank y'all, man. So peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Without further ado, we'll do our portion prayer and prayer, and we'll be on our way. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Who is Holy Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Shalom Malakim, Ayah Ash'ayah, Hotep, Islam, Amen. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace and love.
Peace, 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 peace.
I love
Peace
y'all,
and
man.
love and light. Love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Peace,
You
love,
too,
and light.
Noble.
Love y'all too, man. Y'all have an excellent evening.
Thank you.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest.